Hi friends, welcome in virtual class standard 10th subject English. I am Mr. Vilaj Chaskar working in Sri Mahalakshmi Vidyalaya Umraj, Junnar Pune. Today we are going to learn unit number 3, poem number 1, If, written by Rudyard Kipling. Look at importance of the poem If. The key idea of the poem is that success comes through self-control and a true sense of the value of life. A man must not lose heart due to suspicions or opposition, but he must make every effort to see the grounds for both. He must not be deceived into thinking either victory or final disaster. He must use every one of them wisely and move on. He has to hold on to the golden mean in all situations. If he does, he will own the world, and even better, he will raise the highest status of manhood for his personal reward. The poem If is a didactic poem, a work to teach. This poem is about a moral lesson and behavior and includes advice from a father to a son on how to grow up to be a better person and a true man. He reminds his son that he will be a man if he can hang on to his beliefs and not to be manipulated by others. If he takes his advice, he will have a life that is satisfying and enriching. Then look at a brief summary of If. The first stanza of the poem illustrates self-confidence and expresses that in being confident, the reader must have the courage to face unpopularity and disagreement. This stanza also advises against self-confidence that does not allow alternative views to be considered, by exhorting the reader to disregard both doubts and allowance for doubts. Line number 3 and 4. Kipling creates a paradox. The combination of mutually opposing ideas, which, although apparently contradictory, serve to make a point in their contradiction. That is characteristics of the tone of the whole poem. Line number 5 recommends patience. Line number 6 advises honesty, and line number 7 advises moral fortitude. Such three lines, along with the poem's first four lines, share a common thread. They offer guidance in maintaining right behavior in the face of unrighteousness. In line number 8, however, Kipling is swift to validate his advice, telling the reader Yet, don't look too good, nor talk too wise. That is, a person must avoid mugness when acting righteously. Then look at unit number 3, poem number 1, If. Stanza number 1st. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired of waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet, don't look too good nor talk too wise. Look at the first stanza and its new words. Keep your head. It means remain calm. Make allowance for, take into consideration, being lied about, false things spoken about oneself by others, give way to hating, allow hatred to take control of oneself, talk to wise, show up one's knowledge. Look at the paraphrase of the first stanza. In the beginning stanza, the father advises his son to remain calm or not to be angry when other people around you lose their head or become angry. The poet considered his son the cause of danger. If you should trust yourself when others are doubtful, at the same time you should find the reason of their doubting. You should be patient and wait. Waiting brings fruitful results. You must not become tired of waiting when false things are said about you, and you yourself will not tell such a lie, or when people hate you. But you should not hate them at all. You should show your love and respect to others. You should not make show of your goodness. However, you should not talk wisely to others, though you are a perfect person, a man of good qualities. You must not show of those things. In the first stanza, there is a figure of speech. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, there is antithesis. Two opposite ideas are used in the line. Then stanza number 2. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knives to make a trap for fool, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build him up with worn out tools. In the second stanza, there are some new words. Triumph mean victory or great success. Impostor means one who deceives others by pretending to be someone else. Truth twisted by knives. Change the truth a little to gain some advantages. Then look at the paraphrase of the second stanza. In the second stanza, the speaker is speaking about different conditions. His son should dream something. Your dream must be realistic. You must try to achieve such a realistic dreams. You must not be guided by unrealistic dreams. If dream controls us, it is an inevitable failure for us. His son should think on different issues. Thinking is necessary to do something. You should not consider making though his aim. You should implement thoughts into action. Life is a combination of good and bad times, success and failure, joy and sorrow. You should meet triumph and disaster equally and treat them in the same way. The poet thinks that triumph and disaster are impostors. Sometimes your speech or statement is distorted by knives. Their purpose is to make a trap for us. In such a situation, you should bear it and get a trap in a trap for fool. When you find broken things which you have created in your life, you should stop and rebuild them again with worn out tools. In the second stanza, there is a figure of speech. If you can meet with triumph and disaster, the figure of speech is a personification. Then look at stanza number 3. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that is in it, and which is more, you will be a man, my son. Written by Rudyard Kipling. New words. Keep one's virtue, keep one's goodness or moral under any condition. Lose the common touch. Refuse to interact with common people. Count with you. Be equally important to you. Unforgiving minute. Time that does not wait for anyone. 60 seconds worth of distance run. Make use of every second without wasting. To be a man, to be a perfect human being. Then look at the paraphrase of the third stanza. In the concluding stanza, the speaker tells that you should talk with common people and keep your high moral standard or virtue. You should walk with the king without losing common touch. The common touch will help you to realize the reality and need of the society. You should make yourself physically and mentally fit so your enemies or loving friends can't hurt you. You should consider all people equal. You should not treat anyone partially. You should use every minute with 60 seconds carefully. You should not waste your time at all. If you follow all those suggestions, you will become the master of this earth. Everything on the earth will belong to you. The most important thing is that you will be a real man, my son. In the last stanza, there is a figure of speech. If neither poor nor loving friends can hurt you, figure of speech is alliteration. The special feature of the poem is the repetition of if you can indicates a structural figure of speech called anaphora to show his thoughts very strong. Then look at the मराठी सारांश. कवितेचं नाव आहे जर. जेव्हा तुमच्या भोवतालचे लोक रागावले असतील व त्यांच्या रागाचे खापर तुमच्यावर फोडत असतील तेव्हा तुम्ही शांत राहू शकलास. जेव्हा सर्वजण तुमच्याविषयी संशय घेत असतील तेव्हा तुम्ही विश्वास दाखवू शकलास. संशयाच्या कारणांचा मागोवा घेऊ शकलास. वाट पाहण्याचा कंटाळा येऊ दिला नाहीस. तुझ्याविषयी अफवा पसरवल्या जात असताना त्या अफवांमध्ये वाहत गेला नाहीस. इतरांनी तिरस्कार केला तरी तुम्ही इतरांचा तिरस्कार केला नाहीस व आपल्या परिपूर्णतेचा किंवा ज्ञानाचा देखावा केला नाहीस. जर तुम्ही स्वप्न पाहू शकलास आणि स्वप्नांवर सत्ता गाजवली नाहीस, विचार करत राहिला आणि विचारात भरकटत न जाता जर तुम्ही जय पराजय यांना भेटलास आणि दोघांनाही सारखेच सामोरे गेलास, सारखे वागवलेस, आपल्या सत्य कथनाचा वाईट व स्वार्थी लोकांनी तुम्हाला मूर्ख बनवण्यासाठी केलेला विपर्यास सहन करू शकलास व तुमच्या जीवनात निर्माण केलेल्या वस्तूचा विध्वंस पाहून त्याची पुनर्बांधणी करताना खचू न जाता कंबर कसलीस तर सर्व जग जिंकण्यास तू समर्थ होशील. जर तुम्ही सामान्य लोकांशी संपर्क ठेवून तुमचा सद्गुण राखलास, राजाबरोबर राहून सुद्धा सामान्य लोकांचा संपर्क गमावला नाही, तुमचे मित्र किंवा शत्रू दुखावत नसतील, सर्वांना समान मानत असतील आणि तुझ्यासाठी कोणीही अति महत्वाचं नसेल आणि प्रत्येक मिनिटातील 60 सेकंदाचा योग्य वापर केलास तर पृथ्वी आणि पृथ्वीवरील सर्व गोष्टी तुझ्याच होतील आणि तू एक आदर्श व्यक्ती होशील. रुडयार्ड किपलिंग. Appreciation of the poem If. The title of the poem is If. Poet. The name of the poet is Rudyard Kipling. Rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A B C. Figure of speech. The figure of speech are antithesis, personification, repetition and alliteration. Central idea or theme. The central idea of the poem is that success comes from self-control and true sense of the value of things. In extremes like danger, a man must not lose heart because of doubts or opposition, yet he must do his best to see the ground, for both will become a good human being. Thank you.